How now, brown cow? How now, brown? Oh, hey, what's going up? I'm Alika,
And I'm Chuck.
and this is the Matt Show,
The martial arts talk show.
and this is another episode we got going out. We're gonna be previewing UFC 117. Sonnen against Anderson Silva. That's gonna be a crazy card, a stacked card. We can't wait to see that. So big that we had to do a preview video for this.
Yes, it is
And
big.
the first fight we're gonna be talking about is on the main card in the heavyweight division. Roy Nelson against Junior Dos Santos.
Oh.
What do you see about that one? What do you like about that one?
What I want to say about that is go big country.
Big country.
I think big country's experience is gonna overcome Junior Dos Santos' striking. His experience is probably gonna be what's gonna help him to win this fight.
Junior Dos Santos has been knocking out a lot of guys though.
Yes, yes. He's got some heavy hands. He likes to bang. So does Roy.
I agree with that. I think Roy Nelson's experience, is gonna pull him out in that one. Even if Junior Dos Santos hurts him, a little bit, Roy Nelson's gonna stay calm, you know what I mean, and take the fight where he wants it and finish the fight off, you know what I mean. With the belly, show him how us big boys do it, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But winner of that fight gonna get next in line for the title shot, #1 contender status.
Yeah, weak heavyweight division.
I mean, could you picture that? Big country against Brock
Lesnar.
I mean, a big crazy fight. But nonetheless, a big fight in the heavyweight division for the UFC.
For the UFC.
For the UFC. It's going to be a crazy fight in the heavyweight division.
Yes.
But moving on to our next fight in the welterweight division, it'll be Matt Hughes against Ricardo Almeida, both veterans of UFC.
And MMA.
MMA in general.
Yes.
Yes, they've done a lot in MMA. What do you like about that one? How do you see that one going?
I see that one. I see Ricardo Almeida likes, his jiu-jitsu is great. But the way he gets them down, he does his takedowns. But I think Matt Hughes is a better wrestler. So I think he's going to control the fight more. And he has better cardio than Ricardo. Ricardo, he has been cutting his weight to make these welterweight weight limits. And I don't know if, he can do it. Handle it.
I agree with that. But Matt Hughes' last fight against Henzo has shown me, that, he's not elite welterweight like he once was. Just dominating everybody in the takedowns.
He's out of his prime days.
Last fight, it looked like he just wanted to be out there, you know what I mean? Make some money, you know what I mean? Get them girls, you see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Support them kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But yeah, last fight didn't really show me a lot of the old Matt Hughes. And I think, Ricardo Almeida, both of them are old, but Ricardo Almeida with his superior jiu-jitsu, and that's what he's going to resort to in that fight.
All right. Yeah. We'll see, man.
We're going to see about that fight.
The winner of this is not going to be a contender or anything.
Yeah, not a real big fight in terms of moving around the welterweight division, but it's a fight I like to see.
Yeah.
Two veterans.
Still exciting, very experienced guys.
Yes, that's going to be a good fight. But moving on to the lightweight division, we got, Clay Guida, Fireball, Clay Guida.
He is an
energy ball against Rafael Dos Anjos. You know what I mean? A guy coming up in the UFC.
Yes.
What do you think about that fight?
I think Clay Guida is the real Fireball. Even though he's the carpenter, he is the real Fireball. That's
why he do work.
This fight has two energy balls, and they're just gonna be going around and around. This is a fight of the night. This is gonna be the fight of the night.
Fight of the night?
Yes, the fight of the night.
We're gonna quote that, and we're gonna see how that turns out for you.
It's gonna be the fight of the night.
Fight of the night, said by Chuck. And Rafael, I think he's coming up. I think he's hungry to get up in that lightweight division.
Oh yeah.
He's good. He's won a lot of good fights.
Yeah.
He ain't no scrub coming in against Clay Guida.
I think he has good hands, but I think Clay Guida, has great wrestling, and I see if it goes, second round and third round. If it goes there, it's going to be Clay Guida. And the first and second, I think Rafael might take it.
I think either way, the winner of this is going to be, back at the outseams of the lightweight division, trying to get back in the mix of things with the other lightweights.
You think they'll fight Gomi?
That would be a good fight. I like to see that because I think Gomi still needs to be tested.
Okay.
Great fight against Griffin, but I still think he needs to be tested before he goes in there and fights some of the bigger guys in the lightweight division.
All right.
Agree?
Agree that you should fight Gomi?
I mean, whoever wins, yeah, should fight Gomi. But
okay.
I think that's gonna be a crazy fight. Two guys just gonna go at it, and just gonna be.
It would be better, you know, for the UFC anyways, because Gomi is from Pride, so just to give him more fights to work his way up to the title.
Yeah, but we need to see this fight first.
Oh yes.
Talking about that.
Oh yes.
Moving on to our next fight. Crazy fight in the welterweight division.
Crazy.
Possible. I mean, they are going to be the #1 contender next in line for the welterweight title. John Fitch against Thiago Alves. What are your thoughts on that fight?
John Fitch versus Thiago Alves. John Fitch is going to kick around the pit bull. John Fitch is going to take him down. He has, the superior cardio. Alves might have a little in the striking, but John Fitch ain't no scrub.
He ain't no scrub. What do you think about, Thiago Alves' long layoff? How do you think that's going to affect him in the fight?
We'll have to see the fight to see, how it affected him. But he's a young guy, so, I think he's going to recover a lot faster than those older guys.
Agreed. Faster than Quentin Jackson.
Yeah.
But either way, it's going to be a crazy fight. I think, John Fitch is going to use his guerrilla jiu-jitsu.
Guerrilla jiu-jitsu.
You know what I mean? Black belt in guerrilla jiu-jitsu.
You got to tap out a silverback gorilla.
That's how you get the black belt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
Guerrilla jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
That's why it's called that. But I think that's going to be a crazy fight. I think both guys are going to come out there to fight hard, try and finish the fight.
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight.
They both really want to get back at that #1 contender spot to fight for the title.
If that Clay Guida fight isn't fight of the night, this will probably be the fight of the night.
Agreed. But you said that the Clay Guida's one's going to...
It is good. That's going to be the fight of the night.
So you reported on that.
All right.
You got to stick with that. That's what we're going to run with Don.
Okay.
Crazy fight at the welterweight division, but we're going to move on to the main event. A highly anticipated fight. Whew. The one that everybody's been waiting for. The one that I can't wait for. The one that Chuck can't wait for. The one that you can't wait for. Anderson Silva against Chael Sonnen.
Oh, man.
What do you think about that fight?
That fight is going to be nuts. It is just, with all this crap.
All the hype. It's a lot of hype.
A lot of hype. With all this crap that Chael Sonnen is talking, man, I hope he doesn't believe in what he's talking about, because he's either talking all this crap, he must be smoking something good, because he's saying some crazy stuff, and Dana White's saying some crazy stuff.
I want to be smoking some of that stuff too. I want to say some crazy stuff.
You want to say some crazy stuff?
Yeah, man. I'm better than Anderson Silva. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna kick his ass.
Wow.
And his black belt from the Nogueira brothers. You know what I mean? It's
that
like
ain't
a
nothing.
toy. You know what I mean? Out of a Happy Meal. It's kind of. He's been talking a lot, but he has admitted to saying, that Anderson is a great fighter.
Yes.
And that he is gonna get beat up in that fight, but he has what it takes to stick through it and pull out the W or the V in that fight. Do you think he got what it takes in that fight?
Interesting fact. Anderson Silva beat Dan Henderson. An Olympian wrestler.
Olympic wrestler.
In the second round. He's fighting Chael Sonnen. All of Chael Sonnen's fights for the past couple years, he's lost in the second round by submission. So, I think Anderson Silva is, he's going to use his striking and stand up to keep, to overcome Chael Sonnen's takedowns, and he's going to win this fight.
Chael Sonnen has a lot of losses. 10 losses.
Yeah.
7 out of the 10 were by submission.
He lost to Damian Maia.
Obviously a big hole in this game.
He's
doing a lot of talking for a guy with that much losses on his record.
What a loss to Damian Maia.
10 losses. Damian Maia.
Yeah, he just got licked by Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva kicked his ass for the first 2 rounds and ran away for the last 3, but
yeah. Hey, but
he lost to Damian Maia.
Yes.
Anyways, a lot of questions gonna be answered with that fight in the middleweight division.
Mm-hmm.
I see nothing happening after that fight in the middleweight division.
No,
as far as
there's
Anderson
nothing.
Silva comes,
Nothing close.
a lot of people are talking about, you know what I mean, the Brazilian coming in,
Vitor Belfort.
Vitor Belfort, as you know what I mean, the winner's next.
No.
What do you think about that?
Competition. Vitor Belfort is no competition. You know what fight I want to see Vitor Belfort in? The only fight I want to see him in is Vitor Belfort versus Wanderlei Silva.
That would be a good fight, a rematch.
A rematch.
That would be
in the
an
middleweight.
easy hyped match. UFC.
Yes.
That would be easy to hype. That
Easy.
match as a rematch. Agreed. I think, you know, I mean, he hasn't. I mean, he got some wins, but there's still a lot of tougher guys out there.
Oh yes.
I mean, even a Yushin Okami and Nate Marquardt, I think, would beat him.
Yes.
But not a lot left. We see in the middleweight division. But this fight is gonna be a crazy fight. Can't wait for this fight. All the talking stops.
Yes.
At this point, you know what I mean, and it's just gonna be fighting.
Mm-hmm.
But can't wait to see that fight. Other interesting fights that we got on this card. I mean, it's a stat card. Other interesting fights that we want to see. First one, Dustin Hazlitt against Rick Story.
Hazlitt. He's a good jiu-jitsu guy.
I think that's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that fight. Another interesting fight. What other fights we got that we want to see?
We got Phil Davis.
Phil
this guy
Davis.
is a phenomenal wrestler.
Wrestling phenom.
Man, he
Undefeated.
Undefeated. He uses his wrestling in almost all of his fights to, you know, as an advantage against the other fighters.
He uses it well.
He's fighting Rodney Wallace.
Another tough guy.
The only thing that's sad about it is just, you know, it's another black on black crime that UFC wants to show again. What's up with these brothers fighting brothers?
I mean, that they're good fighters, so you know what I mean? They're gonna be coming up. So they have to meet. You know what I'm saying? They have to meet. That's gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be a good fight. Another fight interesting in the heavyweight division. Stefan Struve, everybody knows him. Went up against Christian Moorcraft.
Christian Moorcraft.
That's gonna be. Everybody knows Stefan Struve. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Got a lot of fights under his belt, but he's still real young. You know what I mean?
Yes. He is a circus show. Man,
Freak show.
But this Christian Moorcraft, he ain't no scrub. He's undefeated.
He hasn't fought in the UFC yet, but undefeated.
His last name is crazy. I want his nickname to be rhymes with Warcraft.
Moorcraft.
Christian rhymes with Warcraft. Moorcraft.
I mean,
ooh, boy.
Having his UFC debut against Stefan Struve.
Yes.
Gonna be a tough match. Gonna be good.
Yeah, I want to see this guy.
Can't wait to see that. But overall, it's gonna be an exciting card, crazy card all over.
Crazy
movements around every weight division. I can't wait to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you wait to see it?
I can't wait to see it.
Can you wait to see it? It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, check out our blog post right down below where we break down the main event of UFC 117, Silva versus Sonnen, breaking down the battle. Also, our picks of the main event cards.
Yep.
What we check, and also check out our post UFC video. Check in after the UFC.
Definitely.
Where we're gonna recap. That's gonna be probably a crazy show too, with all these fights going on. You know what I mean? So check that out. And that's all we got to say for now. We'll check you out later on the post UFC show. And this is, check us out at blog.theMATshow.com. This is The Mat Show.
The martial arts talk show.
And we'll check you out later.
Yeesh.
Shoots.